Hi everybody. Today we're going to make salt dough. There's a lot of things you can make with salt dough. It's just like Play-Doh. You can make masks, bracelets, jewelry, bowls, all kinds of fun stuff. I'm just going to show you how to do the dough today. So you need a couple of things, newspaper, so you can cover your space. That's the only reason. You can use a sheet or, I don't know, old plastic bags, old paper bags, whatever you have around, just to protect your table. We are also going to need paper towel in case we make a mess. Maybe some wax paper because salt dough does stick to everything. You might want some little things to stamp with. This is just an old cap. You might want things that have texture, like this golf ball has nice bumps on it. You might want a little plastic spoon. I'll show you later. Let's see. You're definitely going to need this to make the dough. You're going to need measuring cups. This is 1 cup. You're going to need warm water, 3/4 of a cup. You're going to need some salt, regular salt. And you're going to need some flour. So, you ready? Let's go. We're going to get our hands a little sticky. So if you don't like that, it's only temporary, okay? And it washes right off. So don't worry about taking any jewelry off. You might lose it. Or just don't really worry about anything. Just let's make dough. Okay. So I'm going to get some flour. How much flour? I'm going to get 1 cup. So I'm going to get my measuring cup. I'm just going to stick it right in my jar. Now look what happens. I get this big goop. Well, that's more than a cup. So I'm going to do a little shakeroo, or I can use my finger and just scrape, scrape, scrape right over the top, back and forth, just like that. And it will be nice and level. 1 cup. Put it in my bowl. 1 cup. Now I needed 1/2 cup of salt. So I'm going to get my 1/2 cup. Let's say you only have a 1/2 cup thing, right? Well, you can just do 2 of the flour to make 1 cup and then 1 of the salt for 1/2 cup of salt. A little shaky, it's pretty good. Okay, dump that in there, 1/2 cup. Ding. Close my salt. And the water. You want the water to be warm. Don't go burning yourself in the sink or anything, okay? You just want it to be warm so that it will dissolve the salt, okay? So I'm going to put my fingers, it's still pretty warm. If you can't do warm water, it's okay. It's okay. Put cold water in there. Don't dump the whole thing at one time. Don't just go, just like we did the other one, okay? We're going to add it slowly. So I'm going to put just a little bit in there. And get my spoon, which I forgot to tell you you needed, but you need a spoon. I'm just going to start stirring and mixing. See how I'm turning my bowl and my spoon at the same time? It's still kind of clumpy. Not quite doughy yet. And it smells kind of funny. Put a little bit more water. Don't go crazy. Stir, stir, stir. And then you'll start to see it really, really clump up there. Now we're going to start using our hands. For all my people who don't like texture, you might freak out. That's okay. I'm gonna do it anyways. It feels a little like sand. So I'm gonna put my hands in and I'm gonna start squeezing, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And it's gonna be like a dough. Duh, salt dough. Don't eat it. I mean, it doesn't smell very good, so you probably won't want to eat it, but just don't eat it. It's gonna taste nasty. So a little bit of water. It's gonna start getting kind of sticky. Okay. And it'll start to stick to your hands now to where it'll come off, you know, when you press into the dough. And then you get a nice fun ball like this. And you can clean out your bowl with all that stuff. Just roll it around and I'll pick up everything in your bowl and leave you a nice, easy cleanup. Because it's up to you to clean all your dishes, okay? Nobody else around to do it. This is your project. So now I can just do this. And I can do it for as long as I want. And if you do like this and it makes this fun noise, it's kind of relaxing. So it's kind of sticky. The more you mess around with it, the smoother it'll get, okay? I played around with one yesterday for quite some time. Now, if you want, at this point, you can just wrap it up in like plastic, like this one I have. It's been sitting in plastic for a couple days, okay? And it's still good. It's not dried out, nothing, okay? So, at this point, you could just wrap it up in plastic or put it in a container or something. Just make sure the air doesn't get to it because the air is what's going to dry it out, okay? So, now you can start making stuff. So, move this out of the way. I like to have, I don't know, stuff around. I have everything. But just use what you have, okay? If you don't have this wax paper or parchment paper, then use something that that's not gonna really let it stick. So it likes other really natural materials. So like if you try to put it on cardboard, just straight on the cardboard, it'll stick. If you put it on wood, it'll stick. Anything. So find something kind of, I don't know, waxy, plasticky, to put it on. So here we go. I'm just going to grab a little clump like this. So right now it's just white. So if you were to dry it, make your thing and then dry it, then it'll turn out just white like this, which is pretty all by itself. But if you want to make something that's not white, then you can certainly get a marker after it dries and color on it. You can use food coloring in here and add a little bit of color. You can find a marker and make sure it's like what do you call it? Washable. Make sure it's washable. You can kind of put a little color like that. Just kind of stab away. And when you mix it, it'll kind of look marbly and add a little bit of color that way. Okay, just a little bit. All right. So at this point, you can start shaping. Let's say you like fossils. Let's say you like to collect things, right? And you go on a little nature walk. I'm gonna make it kind of round. Then I'm gonna put it here, and I can kind of smush it with one of my caps a little bit. Look, it's sticking. Ugh. What I found when I was working with this earlier this week is that if I sort of tapped it, like Not with that. It's not working, is it? Like tap, 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 tap. Like that. It's easier. If you press real hard with something, it wants to stick to it right away. Isn't that pretty? Look at that red marbly in there. Tap, 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 tap. Just so it looks good. Just real light. Tap, 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 tap. Okay, so let's look at, say you go on a nature walk and you like fossils. Well, maybe you found a cool rock. You can take it and like press it in there kind of lightly and leave an imprint, like a little fossil. That one left some dirt too. Thanks, bud. Okay, if you don't like that, no worries, you can just start right over. Nothing lost, nothing wasted. Okay, you isn't going anywhere. So, let's say tap, 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 tappy, tap, 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 very light. I'm trying to go fast. Tappy, tap, 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 tap. And maybe you found a branch and you want to record it in your journal or something. Of course, that's not very flat, is it? There we go, I'll do that. Press it in there. Slowly lift it up. Leaves that imprint, and then you could even like put a label on it or something, like where you found it, anything like that. Okay. Another idea is, let's see, little bowls. I love little bowls. Love them. So an easy way to do that is get another bowl. Okay. Upside down. Put your dough right on top and then tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Now you're going to need to understand that the bigger the project, the more dough you're going to need. But also what I found is that sometimes this dough right away when you make it, it's really soft and it will just go like flat on you. So be careful. Like if you're going to make a sculpture or something that needs to stand up, or like a bowl has the edges that come up, if you try to build it up like this, it's not going to stay. So you need to put it on what's called an armature or something that is going to help it sit while it dries. So I'm just going to go around the edges. Tap, tap, tap. So all I'm doing is tapping. And once it's kind of how I want, I can just leave it right on the bowl to dry. This would make a great gift. Speaking of gifts, when this video was recorded, it's right before Father's Day. Dads are hard to buy for Father's Day, right? Well, guess what? We can make them a really cool something or other. Anyway, I don't want to obsess about it. Okay, you get the idea, right? Bowl. Let's see. You could also go the other way. Well, okay, we'll just start over. You can also go the other way and go inside the bowl. Like this. Tap, 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 like this, tappy tap. Okay, and then let's say you have cool beads laying around or something from an old project. See some cool beads, pretty. You can take those and then just press them inside. And when your thing dries, when your bowl dries, you'll have beautiful crystals that are in it. It'll look so awesome. You can add glitter. Oh, glitter is my enemy, but I do like the way it looks. All right, so on to the next one. Okay, dad. We're talking about dad. Dad. So one of my favorite gifts I ever got from my son, Riley, was a thumbprint necklace. So how cool is this? Make yourself a little ball. It's kind of probably too big. So make your ball like this. Okay, put it down on your surface. And you're going to get your thumb, that's hopefully not all goopy like mine, and press your little thumbprint and then lightly lift up, and it doesn't work. All right, let's try again. Works best if your thumb is clean. Let me see if I can do that. Don't forget, you can color it, the dough, before or after. Okay, so I'm just going to press lightly. There we go, that worked better. Press like that. You have a thumbprint, and then you can get something like a skewer or even your little thin point marker and put a hole in it like that, so that after it dries, you have a hole to put your string or whatever. Now, if it's for Dad, he may not want a necklace, but you could certainly do something that's about like this size, and you don't have to do circles with this stuff. You can make like a bracelet. So, oh, my hands are wet. Now it's gonna get real goopy. Let's say that happens to you, right? Just go like this. Get a little bit of more flour and soak up some of that water that I accidentally got on there. Just a little bit. Okay, don't go crazy. You mess up the formula. Okay, so you can also do flat stuff. You can use a rolling pin if you want to, but I found that when I use a rolling pin, it kind of sticks to it. So I'm going to use the same technique I was using earlier, which is just tapping it. So I'm going to tap, 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 tap to make it a little bit bigger than the size I want. We don't want it too thick either. Okay, and then I'm going to get something to sort of make it nice and smooth along the edges, like that. And then let's say it's going to be like a bracelet. You could take something like maybe a spoon or something that's a little bit curved, but not crazy curved like our bowl earlier. And scoop up your rectangle. Oh my gosh, I'm making a big mess. And lay it over your spoon like that. Tap it again to smooth it out, since we just mess it all up. The edges, just lightly tapping. Tap, 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 tap. And You could write in it, or you can do it later. But let's see, I could do your name. Or initials or something. Anyway, so you can write in it like that, okay? And then you're gonna wanna probably just slice off the edges there. Nice and clean. And let it dry on the spoon like this. Oh yeah, don't forget your holes. I'm gonna put a hole on each side, a little hole there, and a little hole there. So if you want to do, you know, string through it for or something, okay? Also, it's just like Play-Doh, okay? You can make a heart. You can make beads. So if you want to make another kind of bracelet, you can make little beads. You could make little clay figures for stop motion video. So if you want to do beads, then you just do your little shape that you want, and you get your sharp thing. Not sharp, don't go crazy on me. Don't hurt yourself. But you want to put a hole through it, like this. You could even maybe put them on here to dry or whatever, but be careful because you might get a big, too big of a hole there. Anyway, so there's that. What else can we do? Oh, if you want to do something like the mask, like this, then you would just, same idea, but you're going to be adding layers, okay? So get your dough. And let's see, get something, what do I have? I don't really have very much. I guess I'll use the back of this guy. Okay, and we're going to put it on here. Tap, 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 tap. Make it the shape of the face that you want, like that. Then you can add little decorative things. So you can get little eyes. Press it down, tap, tap, tap. Do a lot of tapping. Okay, hopefully you're getting the idea. This also works great for little feet on the bottom of dishes and things. So if you want to, let's see, yes, like this guy has feet on it, see? So you would just do your bowl like we did earlier on the back of this thing. And then while it's still wet like this, you make your little balls. And put them on top. Make sure they're the same, height. And remember, they are going to sort of fall a little bit too. So then you would just dry it upside down so it'll stick like that. Let's see what else. So you can make a little guy, like a little gnome. I'll do that really fast and then I'll be done. I know this video is so long, y'all. It's so long. My first time. Okay, so make a ball. What else? We can have gnomes. Don't they have big old noses? So this would be more of a sculpture. Okay. Big nose. That's fun. Tap, tap, tap. Actually, I don't want it to be a gnome anymore. I'm just going to have him sit. I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be fun. Going to put a little thing right there. Maybe those can be his. Just see where it takes you, y'all. Because this is taking... Looks like a little monster. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Look at my hands. I can just go like this right over my spot. Easy peasy cleanup. Okay, so this is great because it's different from Play-Doh because you can keep it forever. Okay, Play-Doh, you just sort of like make it and then smush it, smush it, smush it. These are keepable. Is that a word? I don't know. You can keep these, okay? So after you're finished making your little project, and you can, I mean, it made not a whole bunch of dough, but kind of a lot. I mean, we have a whole bunch left over. You're going to want to keep it on this wax paper or whatever you chose to keep it on there. And you're going to put it outside in the bright, bright sun. In the bright, bright sun. And let it cook. And it's going to bake. So we're going to use the solar sun and the heat, and it's super hot here right now, to cook and bake our project. And that way we can keep it. Okay, so I'll be right back.